Hi everyone, so apparently the Bitcoin price now potentially is going to go to 70k or 100k. At least that is what the news and everybody is voting on next. But actually, if you have been watching my videos, you know already that this is the lowest probability. It still could happen, but I don't really see it like playing right now. And now jumping into the Bitcoin price, we can see as well how massively we haven't this bounce from the 111 we were touching during the last past days. And now we're breaking to the 4-hour chart. We can see how we have this massive volume over here. Finally, the strain in the Fortuna line is already negative. This doesn't mean that we're going now to 120, because once we go into this negative mode, potentially we're going to start to lose the strain. And also we see how nicely the time is playing right now here. So we're going to take a look to that, to the 1 hour as well, and see what breakout we're having, if we're having a real breakout or not. Also, we're going to be observing some news of Aptos, which has been sleeping for a long time ago. I do think that potentially we're going to have a pump on the Aptos in the next days, weeks to come. And also we're going to see something on Solana as well. So that actually having pretty good adoption, the Solana chain in some other countries. I want to start with the 1 hour chart, which is the one I was talking about yesterday, because we were in this consolidation. And now we see how nicely we came to break it. Also, guys, if you have been following my channel and you have been following with the trades as well, congratulations to you, because you should be right now in a profit. Exactly, I have been posting as well right here this night, 12%. This was when the price was around 13,000, 113,000. Now we are a little bit more, and I do think that potentially we're going to go a little bit higher, because the 4-hour chart, we're potentially going to go and reach at least the 114,000. Let's see how this play out, because the time is pretty good. And I want to clarify something as well, because I do think many people are a little bit confused about the time frames, and this is such an important role to pay attention, because otherwise you're gonna get lost, like most of the people always do. And that's why there are many people that doesn't have any knowledge, or they're super scary. They're just selling when the price go down, and because they think the price is gonna continue going down, or the same when it's going up. And I want to explain this to you, because I do see how many people are calling to 70, but if we go to 70k, the bull market is over. So I don't really see that, and I don't see how people just call to 70k just because we have some red candles, like in this case. Let me explain you why. So, like I was saying, everybody's calling already to the 100, go all the way to the 100. And 70, even 90. But the problem is, like, when people are observing the chart, they don't really see. You need to have clear and focus of the structure of the time frame you're watching. And if you're going to take a look, for example, if you want to do some trades in the daily, you need to pay attention what's the trend and the structure of the weekly. We already have this clear, that is just a consolidation. Let me show you. I'm going to go to this one, have more information. Yeah. So we already know that we into a consolidation. If you have been following my channel, I have been seeing this repeatedly in the last days. And then once you know the structure of the bigger time frame, you will know what actually the daily is doing. Because as I say yesterday, pretty much, that is a magnifying glass. Once you go to a lower and lower time frame, you're gonna go deeper and deeper and deeper in that magnified glass. So also now, because people already calling in the 4 hours that is bearish, but we're gonna continue going down as we have been doing it all around here, you need to have clear what actually we're doing in the daily. And if you can see, let me show you this again, market for you, so you can see better what we're doing in the daily. Already, since we went to 107, let me picture this. We have this consolidation, when always the bottom is the best area to buy. Exactly something I explained yesterday in the 4-hour chart. The closest you are to the bottom, the better reward you will have, because we're going to go to the upper side as well. Let me remove that line, because otherwise it's going to be a little bit confusing. And now you see how we're approaching to this area. It doesn't necessarily mean that because that's the bottom, we're going to go to that exactly all the way to the bottom. It can happen, but doesn't necessarily means that we're going to go all the way down. So we can bounce here, go all the way there, and then continue going down. We're going to see how that play out. But for now, that's why I was saying, like, if you just waiting for the bottom to have a bottom to buy, probably you're going to stay sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and the price potentially can not come. That's why you need to see a better way to have your cash flow and your portfolio and go with slow percentages. That's why I was saying here is the good area to enter with a small part of your portfolio, of your cash portfolio, and then in the area below, if we go below, you can deploy more. But buying all the way here is not really recommended because you can, the prices still can go down. Why? Because we are in this consolidation. Something you need to keep in mind. There's always probabilities. It doesn't mean like 100% it's going to drop there or going to go all the way up, because as you can see, before we went just to 120 and we didn't went to the 124 like everybody was expecting. So hopefully you have that clear already, but actually how to manage better the time frames. So if I want to see what actually is happening inside the 1 day chart, I do gonna go to the 4 hour chart, but I do have clear the structure that is happening in the 1 day chart, and that's what gonna help me to do a better trade in the 4 hour chart. So now with this, already that we know bearish in the 4 hour chart, we're just consolidating where the bottom is the best area to buy, in this case like 108. But since yesterday, I was saying already that we're making a consolidation over here. We're potentially going to be doing that. So once we have that clear, the bottom area is the best area to buy, in this case here. In any case, we go down, the best area to enter is going to be here. You know already, if you follow my channel, you know that in the the 55 MI is not, once we're reaching there, it's not the best area to buy, because the risk gets higher than when we were down here. And that's why many people, they don't have clear the structure, and then the price got up, but it's at the top of the consolidation, and then enter to a long, and then the price go down. And then when we go down to the bottom of the consolidation, they're thinking they're going to continue going lower and lower and lower, and they ended up selling in the bottom, and then the price just go up. This is just simple as it sounds. You just need to have clear the time frame. That's why in my channel, something I always talk a lot is about the time frames, because I do see every time how many people don't have clarity in their time frames, and this is such a good thing to have clear in order to make a good trades if you want to take advantage of the market and continue earning such as we can. Because at a certain point, maybe it's going to be more difficult. Now we see the institutions, and maybe in the future, when the price already have a big market cap, it's going to be more difficult for us to take advantage of what is going on. And remember, guys, if you want to take advantage of the market, you can go in the description below and register with my coupon code and B2X and Bybit. Like, this is going to be supporting my channel, and also you're going to have a nice coupon code up to 100,000K. So now continue with the 4 hours. I just think that hopefully you know already. Let me remove all this. You know already what the price is heading to. We still have a lot of time. Potentially we're gonna even smash it to the upper side, and then we will see what's going on. Let me check the 1 hour chart. And the 1 hour chart, you see how we already crossed this 55 MI. But I would love to see more volume, to be honest. Once we do this breakout, exactly as we did here when we break all the way down, we have this massive volume you see over here, and we break down in that moment. So in any case, we're gonna have as a support at 12,000. Let's see how this play out. You should not be thinking right now to enter into a trade, because you should be already inside. So now let's see, we have already this breakout over here. Let me show you. And now what is really important now to have in mind is to protect your capital. I did enter around the 11,600. The price went all the way to, let me see, 11,161. I do got a good price, but not the best, like, because always getting the best price is, I mean, I don't know anybody who get the best price, and you need to keep that in mind. So I got that at 111,600, and now what I'm doing is just protecting the capital right here. I just have a stop loss over here. If the price just kick me out, it's fine. I earn all this area here. Hopefully it doesn't happen, because I just think we're going to continue going a little bit up, but the risk is higher, and I prefer to keep some earning from that trade, because there is always more opportunities in the market. And this is always I have been saying to you, in the 4 hours and in the 1 hour chart, it doesn't matter. We just want to enter low and that the price go up and then make money. That's it. We don't care about fundamentals. That's why if you like to know more about trading, you want to make money, and this is the way you can only do it. Don't forget about fundamental. We just want the price to enter here and sell over here. If the price continue going up, I mean, we need to see another indicators like the time, the volume, etc. But the core is to protect the capital and make profit. That's it. So I hope that is clear. It's pretty much just a recap of what I already said yesterday. The price have done not much more than breaking up from this consolidation, the 1 hour chart, but we need to see more because the time is already passing. The Fortuna line is in negative direction, which is quite nice. We could tend with strength in any moment, but also pay attention to RSI because the RSI is already pretty high. So let's see how this play out. Congratulations to you. You should be already in a profit. And if you're not, I will wait. I wouldn't enter here because the risk is higher. We can continue going up. Yes, we can continue going up, but the risk is higher. You need to enter here, not here. So that's why you need to always to be to have this discipline, because otherwise you're gonna get completely burned out and you're gonna lose all of your capital. So now following with the I already mentioned about this. So the trade I want to enter about the Aptos news, which is quite interesting because potentially World Liberty Finance is doing something with Aptos. So as you hear already about was Crypto.coin, who was already working, they announced that they were working with the President Trump, and then when the price went, let me show you what actually happened. It was completely, yeah, so I think they did like 100% or something like this. Let's see. And now we went completely down. Let's see. Yeah, this massive pump. You can see. Wow, yeah, we did. Oh my god, no, we did 350, 370. And this is normal. This is something that always happens. When we have a pump like this, we always go all the way to here. So, yeah, if you want to enter, just look around the 15 more or less. But let's see how this continues, this hold or not, but I just think we're going to continue going down. This is not healthy for a price action of any token. But Aptos, let me check what Aptos, because Aptos have done nothing, and we already having this news, still no official, but I do think that's going to happen. Something's going to happen. And if you see in the weekly, it's pretty nice because we have been having this consolidation over here, down here, which is the lowest pretty much. I mean, the lowest would be like 350. We went to 380, which pretty much, I mean, is the same. And the Fortuna line, as you can see, is negative. We have this massive consolidation for weeks already, and the price is doing nothing more than consolidate. The 55 and the 10i is just getting more closer together, which is good. When we see a consolidation, we want to see that they get together, and after that, I just think we're gonna have a massive explosion to the upper side. Let me see. Yeah, pretty much to start. So keep in mind that if you looking to accumulate Aptos, this is the time to do it. It's the best area to buy is below this support of 474, but remember that you need to be patient because these don't gonna pump. They're gonna pump tomorrow. It's gonna take some month, potentially at the end of the year. We're gonna see the returns of what I'm talking right now. So just keep that in mind because yeah, once they announce, I mean, the price gonna skyrocket and you don't gonna be too fast. So you want to enter before that happen. Let me know if you guys hold Aptos. I do think I never talked about Aptos in my channel. Well, maybe I did like just once, but yeah, this is what I see for the price of Aptos. Now going to Solana, the National Bank of Kazakhstan has launched the first tenge-backed KZTA stablecoin on Solana in partnership with Mastercard. Yeah, with the Eurasian Bank. This is really massive, really massive news. Even if the country is not like, it's not like the States or like a country in Europe, but it's a massive adoption that's going to happen, that is happening in Solana and for crypto in general. And this is what we want to see. And that's why, like people, they're questioning about Bitcoin. I really don't understand why people still questioning about it, because this is the future and there is no way to go more than continue building on crypto, because the crypto market is just going to be in our daily life. Right now, it's not on that level, but it would be at a certain moment. And that's why you should need to pay attention to like the Bitcoin, of course, Ethereum, Solana. Let's see how Solana do during the bear market, because they're going to be a bear market, guys. Even if everybody's saying that don't going to happen, I do think that's going to happen, because if you see the institution, they just playing the role of the retail now. There is a whatever news, and they start to buy and then afterwards they start to sell and sell. And this is what normally we're seeing in the Bitcoin price all the time. Like when the price just pumping up and going down, it's just the retail institutions pretty much who is doing that, because they're selling a lot and they're gonna sell. And I don't think that they're gonna be holding when they see a chance to sell and profit. So keep that in mind. What's next, guys? Yeah, so there's also this news about Solana that is going to be one of the blockchain that get the lion's share of the financial market. This is what Novogratz say. Let's see, listen to that.
Actually good for Bitcoin or bad? Like, was MicroStrategy good for Bitcoin or bad? Categorically good.
Oh, of course.
Michael Saylor deserves 2 kisses and a hug. He might not take that well. But why? Because he brought people into the Bitcoin ecosystem. He bought more Bitcoin than anyone else. That's energy into the ecosystem, right? I mean, in lots of ways, this whole crypto thing is about who can bring energy into those ecosystems, right? It has been a narrative business until recently. It still is a narrative business. It will change in the next 5 years to a performative business, back to utility, right? We're starting to see it already in some ecosystems, but we're really early, right? I talk about agentic AI using stablecoins. It ain't happening yet. It's going to. It's not happening yet. We're not buying our US Open tickets on a decentralized ticketing space. We're buying them through Ticketmaster still. And so as we have this revolution go from narrative to utility, like, what does that mean? Well, when we have more and more stable coins operating on blockchains, that's going to take money from bank deposits, by definition. Even though they're not allowed to pay interest, they're going to pay interest. They're going to have money market funds here and stable coins here, and they're going to instantly transact. And so you're going to have in your wallet your cash or your what you normally put in checking savings, earning 0 at JP Morgan, earning 4.5% or whatever the Fed funds rate is, and use it to buy stuff. Well, so as bank deposits go down, what goes up? Where does credit creation come from? You're going to see private credit tokenized. That'll be one of the first big uses of real world assets. And banks are going to be replaced by stable coins and private credit. And you're going to buy private credit in tokenized form. That's going to happen. Is it going to happen next year? No, it's going to start happening next year. Right? You saw Figure went public with a big freaking nice multiple. Congrats, Mike Cagney. Right? He's tokenizing private credit.
Exactly. That's pretty much what he's saying, that everything's going to go on chain.
Galaxy is going to get into tokenizing private credit. We've done some small examples of it already. But as those things happen, they're going to happen over blockchains. And we think Solana is going to be one of the blockchains that gets the lion's share of the financial market stuff, because it's kind of tailor built for financial markets.
Exactly, guys. Exactly. Everything going to go on chain, you like it or not. Everything's going to go like this. Also, like weeks ago, a month ago, I was talking about this MoonPay, that they have this plan already where they're working, where they're building this digital infrastructure for banks, where pretty much you're going to be interacting with inside, outside crypto without really feeling that you're moving through crypto, and you just feel just like a bank interface, which is really interesting. And of course, playing big role the stable coins. And with this I want to finish as well, because this is such a really good news. R2H fuels Theter IPO speculation into 500 billions. And this is really interesting because it's like many companies this year have been launched their IPO, but Theter is still not. And once they do it, this is a huge statement for everybody, for every country, for every politician, for the whole world, because crypto is just massively being building and making a big change that nobody expect, because they have been calling all the time that was just a scam, and now there is no way to ban it. Once they launch, and this is why it's so important to have these IPOs, because once the IPO launch, everybody gonna jump into it. A lot of institution investors, VCs, everybody just gonna be into it, and no politicians want to go against them. So hopefully this happens soon, and it will be really interesting. Let's see what it say. There is evaluation raised from the select group of high-profile key investors to maximize the scale of the company strategy across all existing, all new business lines, stablecoin distribution, AI. Let's see. Let's just go to the post because this was from. Oh, okay. Let's see. So if you don't know, Paolo Ardiono is the CEO of Tether. So distribution by several orders of magnitude. Yeah, Tether, the stable company. Yeah, so just keep an eye on that because I mean, with this statement, it sounds like it actually is coming. The IPO is coming, and this is just what we want to see for the crypto space. So hopefully you have a better insight now of what the Bitcoin price is doing as well. I just before finishing, I was talking about the structures. Also, I want just to share something to you because the 55 MI and the 10 MI I use, they work as a support once we are in a bullish trend. It works as a resistance once we are in a bearish trend. But in a consolidation like this that I just show you, let me mark it again. They're nothing there. So don't expect that to be a support. That's why as well, let me show you here in the 4 hours, the 1 day, and the day, 1 hour. I don't really count that as a support here because we are inside consolidation, and just keep that on mind. Yeah, soon I'm gonna be making this video with all the indicators I'm using, so you can also follow me there. But the 55 MI and the 10 MI, I think you can find it already. Let me know if you would like to, if you would like me to do that video with my indicators, so you can also like follow me exactly with what I'm doing. And again, guys, I'm still like the channel is just growing slowly but strongly, which I really appreciate from all of you. I started this journey with 0 followers, and now we're 53, 54. I really appreciate your support. Also, we appreciate if you subscribe, share with a friend, like the video, and like to say, I'm gonna also take the time in my daily life to bring these insights to you, and hopefully we grow together. And yeah, let me know which kind of icon you would like me to see. And again, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate, and see you tomorrow.